Sonic Speed Simulator, essentially a running simulator clone with a Sonic coat of paint over it. I tried this out during the third weekend stream that you probably haven't seen, where the game was just recently released for free at the time, and I absolutely hated the first 5 minutes of the game, and didn't bother playing it afterwards. Anyway, I decided to give this game a second shot, pouring around 3 to 4 hours worth to see if it was actually worth playing. Now, would I have paid 50 Robux for this during early access? No! I'll talk about why later, but let's start off with how the game plays. This segment is all about how the game plays, feels, and just stuff that isn't gacha or that, monetization. Given how this is a quote-unquote Sonic game, it needs a proper physics system for it to even be called a Sonic game. And surprisingly, it works well. The engine doesn't fight against you, you can run around at high speeds, and you can run around loops without any actual issues. And of course you won't be falling off the map anytime soon, unlike Pulse. Sure, you can be super uncontrollable once you reach ridiculous amounts of speeds, but hey, there is a way to limit how fast you're going in the settings. Of course, since it's a simulator game, it has to be a progressive thing before you become fast. Just moving around gives you steps, which increases your leveling bar on top of the screen. Level up, gain more speed and power. Speed scales your acceleration, top speed, and spin dash, while power scales how high you can actually jump. You can thank the gods that there's a limit to power, so that you don't accidentally launch off like a rocket. And the limit is actually 100. You can't jump any higher than that. There are ways to make your leveling a bit faster. You can collect these little shard things from Sonic Runners to gain EXP from them, and they're scattered across the game's 4 maps. The other way is the gacha system, which I will get to later. You can also get rings while running around the map, and you could stumble into these vaults that could contain a set amount of rings. You're able to claim these vaults every 6 hours, which is honestly a really strange restriction. Anyway, once you reach your max level, you're able to rebirth, getting rid of your current levels and giving you some extra rings. You will gain an experience multiplier once you rebirth though, so your next run through leveling up will be a little bit faster. Rebirthing also increases the maximum amount of levels you can actually gain. There is an exception to this, but I can talk about that later. This game's progression is a giant pain to grind through, which is great, honestly. Like, it's a simulator game. Somehow this one isn't a giant pain in the ass to grind. Yeah, this game has decent progression, and spending money is entirely optional and not a necessity. I've already poured around 5 hours on this, and I don't feel like I have to spend a dime at all. Well, until we get to the... Of course, simulators have to be simulators, and they have to find some way to artificially make the game quote-unquote harder by slapping RNG to this mess. As the game tells you, you can stumble upon random egg machines around the map to get chow or trails. In which I'm going to say it out loud and clear that all these machines are entirely fucking pointless, and you can just choose the most expensive one in the ice world and get the best shit in the game without any issues. There's no point in using any of the other ones because they're worse in every way possible. Anyway, these chow and trails give you an XP and ring boost when you have them equipped. While you do have them equipped, they will level up alongside you and give you even more XP and rings. But that's not all. Once you get 4 other duplicates of the same chow or trail that you're currently using, you can merge them into merge them into the one that you're already using and then make it even stronger. And yes, it keeps all of its levels beforehand. Doesn't matter, you get that evolution thing alongside levels. Is it stupid? Yes, but given how this is a simulator game, it's not that surprising. All of these so-called simulators are equivalent to gacha-styled video games on phones, heavily based on tedious grinding with the option for you to pay real-life money to speed up the grinding process. And since we've gone to bit about real-life money, the stuff that you could pay to get here is somehow pretty reasonable. There's temporary power-ups that cost like 140 or so Robux and last a decent amount of time. The game passes are somehow reasonably priced, and the rings that you can buy with actual money aren't so hysterically overpriced that there's no point in buying them. I'm seriously impressed, because I expected the prices on here to be, I don't know, 10 times more than what it is. But damn, okay. And there's the UGC hats that are just there. They're just hats. Nothing important to say, other than the Chaos Emerald one looking pretty cool. Guys, we have an entire fucking Sonic physics engine, and we don't make any obbies based on that physics engine. So, these obbies are extremely basic and boring. Hey guys, look at that! That looks like finished shit and doesn't look super low poly or lazy. Oh look, Sonic and Tails staring into the infinite void, unblinking. Okay, how am I kidding? These models are fun, just that they're not animated well. Oh, races, huh? What's the point of these? You don't get anything from them. And that's like the only multiplayer aspect of this entire fucking package. I unlock everything in Sonic Speed and the thumbnail is Shadow for some reason. Jesus Christ, play the actual game! Shadow isn't in the game, you fucking retard.